Hello, and welcome to Everyday English, the podcast that helps you learn English for real-life situations. I'm your host, Alice.
And I'm Michael. It's great to have you with us today. Alice, what are we talking about today?
Today, we're tackling a topic that every single English learner needs to master: how to introduce yourself.
The introduction. It's the first thing you say when you meet someone new. It can be a little scary, right?
Exactly. But it doesn't have to be. We're going to break it down into simple, easy steps. By the end of this episode, you'll be able to introduce yourself with confidence.
That's the goal. So let's start with the absolute basics. The very first piece of information you share is your name.
Right. There are two super common ways to say your name. The first one is, "Hi, I'm Alice," or "Hello, I'm Alice."
Simple and friendly. The other popular phrase is, "My name is Michael." This one's a little more formal.
That's a good point, Michael. "I'm" is great for casual situations, like meeting someone at a party. "My name is" perfect for business meetings or more formal events.
Right. You would use "my name is" when you're at a job interview, for example, or in a professional setting where you want to make a more serious impression.
And you can also use nicknames. For example, if your name is Robert, you might say, "Hi, I'm Rob." Or if your name is Elizabeth, you might say, "Hello, I'm Liz." It's very common to use shorter, more casual names with friends.
And to ask someone for their name, you just say, "What's your name?"
Let's do a quick practice. Michael, what's your name?
"Hi, I'm Michael. And what's your name?"
My name is Alice. Nice to meet you.
"Nice to meet you too." See? Easy. Okay, so after your name, people often ask where you're from.
Right. The question is, where are you from?
And to answer, you can say, "I'm from," and then say your country. For example, "I'm from Japan," or "I'm from Brazil."
You can also say, "I come from." For example, "I come from Italy." It means the same thing.
Exactly. Both "I'm from" and "I come from" are perfect. So let's try that. Alice, where are you from?
I'm from the United States. And you, Michael?
I'm from Canada. So far we have name and origin. Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm from Canada.
That's a great start. But we can add more detail. Instead of just saying your country, you can also mention your city or region. This gives the other person more information and makes the conversation more interesting. For instance, "I'm from Chicago in the United States."
Exactly. And this is a key conversation skill. When someone tells you where they're from, show some interest. Ask a follow-up question. For example, if someone says they're from Tokyo, you could say, "Wow, Tokyo. I've always wanted to go. What's the food like?"
Let's try that right now. Michael, you said you're from Canada. Can you be more specific?
Sure. I'm from Vancouver on the West Coast.
Oh, Vancouver. I've heard it's beautiful. They say the mountains are right next to the ocean. Is that true?
Yes, absolutely. It's a really green city with lots of parks and beautiful scenery. The ocean is great for kayaking, and the mountains are perfect for hiking, which I love.
That's a great start. Listeners, you can pause here and practice saying your name and where you're from.
Okay, welcome back. What's next, Alice? What's another common thing to talk about?
Let's talk about jobs. People are often curious about what you do for work.
Right. The question for this is, what do you do?
What do you do? It sounds like a strange question, but it means, what is your job?
Exactly. And the simplest way to answer is to say, "I'm a," followed by your job title. For example, "I'm a teacher."
Or I'm a doctor. I'm a student. Notice we use a. This is important. I'm a doctor.
And sometimes we use "an." This is for jobs that start with a vowel sound, like A, E, I, O, U. So you would say, "I'm an engineer."
Right. I'm an artist. I'm an accountant. So a for consonant sounds and for vowel sounds.
What if you don't want to say your specific job title? Is there another way?
Yes, you can talk about your industry or where you work. You could say, "I work in," and name the field. For example, "I work in marketing," or "I work in education."
That's useful. You can also say, "I work for," and name your company. "I work for Google," or "I work at a small cafe."
So many options. Let's practice. Michael, what do you do?
I'm a podcast host. I work in the media industry. What about you, Alice? What do you do?
I'm a podcast host too, And I'm also an English teacher.
But what if you're not a podcast host or a teacher? What are some other common jobs, Alice?
Good question. There are so many jobs. For example, you could be a software developer, a graphic designer, a chef, a nurse, a construction worker. The list goes on.
That's a very important point. Not everyone has a standard job. For our listeners who are students, you can say, I'm studying, and then your major. For example, I'm studying engineering, or I'm studying history.
And for those who are unemployed, a polite and common phrase is, I'm between jobs at the moment. It's a positive way to say you're looking for work.
Perfect. So now we have three things: name, country, and job.
Let's move on to something more fun and personal, hobbies.
Yes, talking about hobbies is a great way to connect with people. The question you might hear is, what do you do for fun? Or what do you like to do in your free time?
And to answer, you can start with I like or I enjoy. For example, I like reading.
Or I enjoy watching movies. Notice that after like and enjoy, the verb often ends in ing, reading, watching.
That's a great grammar tip. You can also say I like to read or I like to watch movies. Both are correct.
Okay, what are some common hobbies we can share with our listeners?
Well, there's listening to music, playing sports, cooking, traveling, hiking, playing video games.
The list is endless. Let's give it a go. Alice, what do you like to do for fun?
In my free time, I really enjoy cooking and listening to music. How about you, Michael?
I like hiking and playing the guitar.
Great. So now we have the 4 key pieces for a simple introduction: name, where you're from, your job, and your hobbies.
But simply stating your hobby is just a beginning. The real magic of conversation happens when you ask follow-up questions. This shows you're listening and that you're interested in the other person. It's how you build a connection.
Let's do a practice run. You mentioned you like hiking, Michael. What kind of hiking do you enjoy? Are you into long-distance treks or more casual day hikes?
It's time to put it all together. Let's make a complete introduction.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll pretend I'm meeting someone new. Hi, my name is Alice. I'm from the United States. I'm an English teacher and I enjoy cooking.
That's perfect. Clear, simple, and friendly. My turn. Hello, I'm Michael. I'm from Canada. I'm a podcast host, and in my free time, I like hiking.
Wonderful. Now it's your turn, listeners. We want you to create your own introduction.
That's right. Take a moment. You can even pause the podcast. Think about your name, where you're from, your job, and 1 or 2 hobbies you like.
And remember, it's okay if it's not perfect. The goal is to practice and communicate.
Okay, let's do a quick review of everything we learned.
First, for your name, you can say, hi, I'm, or my name is.
To say where you're from, use I'm from or I come from.
For your job, you can say, I'm a, or I'm an, or I work in.
And for hobbies, say I like or I enjoy.
And don't forget the questions. What's your name?
Where are you from?
What do you do?
And what do you do for fun? Knowing these questions will help you keep the conversation going.
That's so true. A conversation is a two-way street. It's about sharing and asking.
Well, that brings us to the end of our episode. We hope you feel more comfortable talking about yourself in English now.
Remember, practice is key. Try to use your introduction this week, maybe with a friend, a teacher, or even just practice in front of a mirror.
Great advice, Alice. Thanks so much for listening to Everyday English.
Join us next time when we'll be talking about how to order food at a restaurant. You won't want to miss it.
Until then, keep practicing and have a wonderful day.
Goodbye, everyone.